All right. So to begin, what's your name? How old are you? And where are you from?
Okay, I am Linda Strong. I am 71, and I lived for 60 years pretty much in Burbank, California.
All right. And then how did you become an Elvis fan?
We were going across country for 6 weeks with my family, and I was a Neil Diamond fan, and we were going to get to go for free to go see Neil Diamond. Mom had enough touring and going in the tents and stuff, and decided we were going home. She'd get tickets for Neil Diamond, but it was Hot August Nights. He was sold out. So I'm 17, my sister's 14. Mom says, I got your tickets to go see Elvis. Instead, we both went, what? But when we saw him 3 months later, it was like, what?
So how many times have you seen Elvis live?
I would say 70 to 75 times. I've lost my little day planner that I had that gave specifics, but I can tell you that the Vegas engagements, we would be there for many of the shows.
Yeah.
Tahoe, all the LA shows, Anaheim, Long Beach, the Forum. We didn't see him out of that area,
Yeah.
but we saw him a lot.
Yeah, and spoiler, you got to kiss Elvis 3 times.
I did 3 times. The first one was on August 30th. Not that I don't know the specific.
Yeah, right.
August 30th, 74 in Vegas when he was wearing those really nice North Beach leather suits. And he had just finished If You Talk in Your Sleep. He had worn the gi, he took it off. He had the scarf on before he started singing, and then he took it off and put it back on to do Until It's Time For You to Go. And when he sang the phrase, it says, I'm not a man, or you're a woman, whatever it is, take my hand. That's when he walked straight to me.
Yeah.
And so I stood up, we were sitting on the ramp, we paid a pretty penny for it.
Yeah.
And when I kissed him, we slid because we were both moving. So I ended up kissing from his mouth to like his ear.
Yeah,
And it was still wonderful. It was soft, and I was like thrilled.
Yes.
And had the scarf and sat back down again. And then my sister said when he was kissing me, please come back. And then he came back to her and kissed her later in the show. But the last one was the best one.
Yes.
That was
Tell me about that one.
April 25th, 1976. He wore the bicentennial suit, eagle, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited till we had front row seats. I waited till my friends had gotten their scarves or whatever they're going to get. I had bought a card that was hot pink and said, this entitles the bearer to 3 kisses, no holds barred. So I go running up just after he finishes trying to get to you and hand it to him as he's handing me the scarf. And so he takes it and he starts reading it out loud to the crowd and walking back and forth and saying, it's a family show, so I'll tell you what, I'll give you 3 kisses, no hold barred. I said, fine, I'll take that, okay? But I noticed on the stage that the one girl that was with me was really tall, and he kissed her because she gave him a leg. And he was basically lying on the floor.
Yeah.
He was never going to get to me.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and asked the security guard, if I could stand on his chair. So the video that I have of this whole thing going on shows me popping up and standing there. So I am shoulders at the stage now, so he could get to me. Well, I could get to him.
Yeah.
And then you see him lean down and he put both of his hands on the side of my face and held me, and I had both of my hands on his shoulder, and it was the best kiss. I didn't eat for like 5 days, 10 days.
Anyone reading this is permission to kiss me 3 times, no hold barred. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make a deal with you. I'll kiss you 1 time and hold it. I mean, family out there, people, we don't understand that. All right. That's cool. I really kiss you. I kissed somebody last night. Sunday. I caught the creeping crud.
We saw him in Tahoe the next weekend. I was just flabbergasted. We got over to the hotel because we were staying at the Long Beach Hilton, where Elvis was staying. Of course, there's 2 shows. This was the afternoon show. And the guys from the Stamp said, hey, that was some kiss you got there. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, still the
And then, of
days.
course, he says, when I go sit down, he goes, hey, I kissed somebody in wherever last night, and now you have the creepy crud. And I was like, yeah.
And what were his lips like?
Soft and squishy, like Linda Thompson said, like marshmallows or pillows.
Yeah.
Firm, but you could, it's
Just
hard
heaven.
to describe. It's
Just heaven.
heaven is exactly right.
Heaven.
It is something you don't forget.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.